Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back. So today we're going to be taking a look at a new PDB from Matek. Now, I don't usually do PDB reviews, but this is a unique one because this is one that's made for the X class and it's one of the first from Matek. And expect to see a lot of people start cloning Matek's PDBs because they've been doing that since we've ever started, basically. So let's talk about this. This thing takes anywhere between a 3S input all the way up to a 12S input, and it does have some pre-built features that I think you might like, such as enabling and disabling your VTX's power through a connection. It pre-routes all your telemetry, all your ground, your signal, your power, just about everything you need, even LEDs, which is quite remarkable. And it's compatible with the current Matek flight controllers that take the ribbon cable connectors here. Now, some of the things they've done is once you're going to run anything a bit above 8S, it's highly recommended you add this low ESR capacitor, and they do provide this right out of the box with you. And they have set up extra holes for you right here. So after you install everything, try to keep these open or just have that stuck in there and then just start soldering your wires. Now, if you can see here, they've left this copper area opened, and if you take a look at the back, you see more copper. Now, here, usually some companies, like for example, like Airbot, they would set up a kind of like a copper rail, and they would solder that there. However, Matek is telling you just to basically fill this up with solder because that does improve current flow. And you might ask how? Well, once you add more solder to this, it'll increase its diameter, thus increasing its gauge, like it's a wire, like you're increasing its gauge so it could take more current. So it's the same thing in that perspective. They would say add here and add some down here, just fill that up. So that's really nice. It's okay if you touch this side of the resistors here. There's no issue. You actually even just give it a better connection. And same thing goes for here. Just don't touch this one and this one, if you can tell here. Let me just show you. Don't touch this with this or you're screwed. So keep that in mind and just be careful. All right, so now if we take a look at it, we see that we have a 30 by 30 mounting hole solution right here. You might think these are somewhat of mounting hole solutions, but actually not. This is how the power is going to be distributed to your massive 12S ESCs, since this is an X-class setup, basically. So you have our ground pads and positive just all around. We also see we have ground telemetry and the motors. So this is motor 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you're going to use everything that's how it's pre-labeled, then you're going to want your battery leads to be in the back. If not, you know what you're doing. For example, if you set this up like this in your X-Class quad, and this is motor, what is this? S2. But reality, this is motor 1 because motor 1's always back right here. So S2 would actually be motor 1. So you could just take S2 and set up to motor 1. On your flight controller, you would be good, or you can do some resource remapping. But yeah, you can do whatever you want. Just write everything down on a piece of paper while you do that so you don't screw up, because these are not a joke. So some of the features it has is it has a 12 volt regulator as well as a 5 volt and a 3.3 volt regulator. All right, so now the 5 volt regulator on board is capable up to 5 amps and a 6 amp burst, and the 12 volt regulator is a 4 amp constant current with a 5 amp burst, and the 3.3 volt regulator is just a little baby one with 500 milliamps, and that's all you really need. I don't know what just basically a receiver that's probably going to take 3.3 or a GPS. Some GPSs take 3.3 volts. Now, if we take a look here, we see SW 12 volt and ground. So this is basically 12 volt and ground, 12 volt and ground. And we also have that here, as you can tell. However, this one's slightly different because we see the pin IO here, which can be easily resourced inside Betaflight. What this will allow you to do is turn on and off these 12 volt pads. So if you can set up your VTX here, you have a 2 watt VTX for some reason, and you know the quad is just going to be on the floor for quite a while. So you can easily just power those off. So these are actually selectable. You can power them on and off through this pin IO here. And if we take a look here, they have everything broken out. We got the 5 volt ground, 12 volt ground. These are not controllable. These are always going to output 12 volts, unlike these here. So keep that in mind. Here we have the current sensing, and we have telemetry, and another 12 volt and ground. We have our VTX signal. So you can even set up your VTX signal here to be routed. And we have motors 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if we take a look at the sides here, we see we have another 12 volt and 12 volt in ground, and here we have another 5 volt in ground, and we have the 3.3 volts right there. So overall, it's a really nice PDB. Actually, it's one of the most high-tech PDBs I've seen. Maybe another one would be the ones with OSD in them, but everything now has OSD, so it's nothing major. But I would have possibly loved to see more filtration because they had quite a lot of room here. But I'm curious to see how this is going to perform, actually. There's a couple X-Class PDBs that have been released lately. And once I build mine, I'm going to see its current performance and then switch out the PDB and also see which one, I get the better result with. Some kind of real-world testing. So it'll hopefully it will be a 12S X class quadcopter that I'll be building. And well, that's it, guys. It's a really nice board here. Matek doesn't really fail, and I'm pretty sure most of you know that. And well, that's it, guys. So this is my review of the Matek FCHUB-12S PDB. As you can tell, 8 to 60 freaking volts. And well, I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll have a link to this down below. Go ahead and check that out. That really supports the channel. And also do have a Patreon. If you can support me there, that'd be absolutely awesome. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care.